Hey, what's going on to all of my Virgos out there? So let's get into it. All right, so let's see what you Virgos. Wow, that's a lot of cards. That's almost all of them. Just bear with me here. All right, so let's see what the cards are saying. Let's see what it is that they're saying. So you have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Sometimes the cards have a mind of their own. The Five of Wands, the Judgment, the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Let me move this up some. The Nine of Swords, the Chariot, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, I'm just seeing how so the precedent for this reading is how a lot of people are kind of contemplating how to approach you. Um, the Queen of Cups represents you, where it's you, like I said, you Virgos doing your own thing. Some of you may be in relationships. Some of you maybe not necessarily in relationships. A lot of you are single, choosing to stay single. And for the people who are obviously not in relationships, these are people who the Queen of Pentacles represents people who are trying to figure out ways to approach you, right? Because they're interested, they like you, but and they want to get to know you on that romantic level and all of that. But they want to know how to approach you. They're contemplating, they're thinking about what is the best way for them to approach you, right? The Five of Wands, because they know that a lot of you Virgos are kind of like in beast mode, where when a Virgo or a Gemini kind of has their mind in order, they can the Virgo or the Geminis can say something, and their mouths can really cut quite deep, like Libra. Their mouths can really cut quite deep. So like a so a Virgo can end up saying something where it really does hurt, right? Where they say sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you. That's not necessarily true with a Libra or a Gemini or a Virgo. The Virgo can end up saying something where it really will hurt because it hits home, and some of it may actually be true, or all of it may be true. But this person is, or these people collectively are trying to figure out what is the best way to approach you, because they don't necessarily want to want to get on your bad side, right? But you have to take it. You they're basically going to have to take the risk. You know, I'm gonna talk about love in a future video, because it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that severely needs to be talked about, because a lot of people tend to not really understand what it is, and people try to be in and out when it comes to love. They think that somehow they could be in it and then out of nowhere be out of it and kind of dance around. You can't do that with love, because it's exactly like what Mr. Miyagi said from the show, from the movie Karate Kid. You can either decide to not do it or do it. But if you in the middle, you get squished just like a grape, because love is not one of those things that it's wisest for you to be playing with, you know. And in the upcoming video, I'm gonna explain why. Now, the Judgment and the Four of Pentacles represents a lot. I see a lot of them, right, currently or in the future, approaching you from a perspective of potentially trying to meet you and I just say match you, and try to kind of go back and forth wit by wit. And depending on who you Virgos are, some of you may like it, some of you may not. You know what I mean? Some of you may like it, some of you may not. Um, But the judgment is, I definitely see them trying to just kind of, they want your attention, but for some reason they're not just telling you that they're interested, right? That they're seeking some sort of validation through trying to bother you, or or like pick on you, or kind of get on your nerves or something like this. And because they don't want you to reject them or tell them no, forget about you, or any of that, something to that effect. So they're keeping their cards close to their chest on this, right? Kind of just coming in and doing all that. I suggest, if you're a cross watcher and you're not a Virgo, I suggest you just tell the Virgo. Because one thing about Virgos, because I am a Virgo, but one thing about Virgos is that if they've been learning their lessons, the older they get, is the less tolerant they get of people BSing and not knowing who they want, what they want, playing games and stuff like this, the older they get. Because you also have to take into consideration that Virgo been through all of that already, a lot of them. And they got a lot of stories to tell. They have a lot of experiences. If you, if you ask them about, they can tell you a lot about relationships and things that me being a Virgo, I'm using this as a doorway to get through to y'all. But then you have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is that again, a lot of you Virgos are like, you're doing your own thing, but this person is too scared to say something to you. The Nine of Swords and the Chariot is that this person just plans on doing what? Plans on being your friend or talking to you for a long time. They don't plan on, potentially ever telling you directly that they're interested, right? Because the Chariot is about pumping pumping the brakes, right? Not going, stopping, coming to a stop. And then the Nine of Swords is about uh thinking about if they should tell you, right? So um the Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles represents how they you know they think that they would be a better friend if they would have just kind of be cool with you and get to know you that way, than directly tell you that they're interested, because they think that there's a good chance that you Virgos might tell them that you're not interested. And to be honest with you, that's true. If I if I'm really being honest, because for any of my cross watchers and any of you Virgos that are watching, because I have a lot of Virgo viewers, shout outs to y'all. Y'all know who you are. um yeah, Virgos go through dry spells where, like, you know I'm a Virgo, so Virgos go through dry spells where we go through things, right? Where we go through things, and like, when we go through harsh relationships and we get out of that, we're like, yeah, I'm going to relax for a while. And then we get, if we're learning from our mistakes, and if we're getting better at relationships and learning how to relate to people, because you also have to take into consideration, right? Like, Virgo is Virgo is a zodiac sign that's more concentrated on self. It's the last zodiac sign that's concentrated on self. So Virgo is the zodiac sign of the transition from um, concentrating on self to learning how to concentrate on other people, right? And we're the transitional zodiac sign, right? So the thing is that with us, a lot of times, we go through dry spells, as I said, where a lot of times we go through stuff where, if we're learning from our mistakes and people using us, disrespecting us, not taking us for granted, not taking us as seriously as they should, just being all kinds of wild and disrespectful. If the Virgo is learning from their mistakes and understand what was the undercurrent, what was going on, and the dysfunction, and how people didn't take Virgos seriously. They didn't respect them, because a lot of times people um underestimate Virgos, completely underestimate Virgos, and act like we're not an essential part of the zodiac, right? When Virgo represents evolution. So, and when I say evolution, I'm not necessarily talking about the evolution from a Darwinistic perspective. I mean an evolution in the aspect of ancient times and that timeline of experience from how the universe came into existence to the point where we are now and ongoing. So a lot of times people don't take into consideration that type of stuff. Things like history, you know what I'm saying? History, that's all a trait that Virgo and Capricorn have in common. But with that being said, and this is very important, this needed to be said, right? For any cross watchers and to kind of help the Virgos, to help y'all help yourselves. If the Virgo is going through something, they're going through a real dysfunctional relationship, delusional ex-partner. We got out of it. We good. We understand what's going on. We're healing from it. And we'll look at the dating pool and be like, I'm just relax for a little while because the dating pool is a little bit topsy-turvy. And a lot of times we don't interact with people who are really willing to be upstanding mentally as well as spiritually. A lot of Virgos end up meeting some sit down people, and people who look like adults, but they don't do certain things like admit that they were wrong, understand where they went wrong. So oftentimes the Virgos end up having to be like the adult in the situation, in relation to the little one. And who wants to do that, right? So we kind of go on dry spells after that. So it's like we get tired of that. But let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry for the delay, but that's something that really needed to be talked about. Because if it wasn't talked about, then you wouldn't understand the reading. But the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and then you have the Tower. So the Two of Wands is, again, this person coming in trying to be friends with you and thinking that they may not necessarily ever tell you that they're interested in you. They want you to figure it out, right? All right. And then you have, I was about to say something, but never mind. And then you have the King of Pentacles, okay? And the King of Pentacles is about you, Virgos, are calm, cool, collected. Y'all are doing your thing. If these people want to be friends, whoever they are, this person is going to have to muster up the guts. Forget about all of that, and I'm gonna make a video about that. Why not speaking up is lame, and expecting the person to figure it out, with this mentality of, well, if they really like me, well, I guess nothing's gonna get established. And then you got lazy individuals that's like, okay, I guess nothing is gonna get established then. Loser. Don't worry, that video is coming. That video is coming. And I know that it sounds harsh, but that needs to be talked about too. But the King of Pentacles is you being cool, right? If this person doesn't tell you, you wouldn't know. Meanwhile, the Two of Cups and the Tower. Some of you Virgos do know that this person like you, but you're waiting for this person to actually muster up the heart and just say what it is. Because part of the problem with the dating pool is that a lot of times people like to try to backdoor you, where they know that they like you and they want to be friends with you, but then at the same, they know that they like you, but they're using the whole friendship thing, where they're going to be kind of like your friend, right? Your road dog, so to speak. And they don't ever actually speak up. They don't ever actually say, I like you, right? I want to be with you, right? I want to talk to you, right? I want to date you, right? I want to kick it with you, right? Really, relax with you. You know, I want to hang out with you, right? You know, I want to step into a new position with you, right? And they don't ever say that. But sometimes people have the mentality of, well, if this person really likes me, you know, sometimes Virgos want to, sometimes, because Virgos get used to having to be the ones to actually push the pace. I don't know if people really know that. But sometimes Virgos want people to actually muster up the heart and for them to come to the Virgos instead of expecting the Virgos to be good little servants and constantly raise their hands up in the air, and constantly they're the ones having to put in the work, even though they know the person is it likes them. The person is too scared to say something. They so scared, in fact, they never will. So now the Virgo is like, now wow, I really gotta bring this thing along, because if I don't, this person never will muster up the heart to say anything. Wow. And it's cowardly, truth be told. I don't mean to offend, you know. I don't mean to offend. I'm just giving y'all a perspective of how Virgos really think. Let's clarify the Chariot. The Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Some of these people who trying to come back, some of these people who are on delay, trying to tell you that they like you, or the people who you already talked to, was seeking something romantic with, potentially was in something romantic with. The Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, but things didn't necessarily end up being long lasting, obviously, for the two of you, because they have to come back, which imply that you and them broke up. But again, it has to be reciprocal, though. It has to be reciprocated. Otherwise, there's no point in the relationship. And some of you Virgos will talk to them again. But you're not going to say anything, but you're going to pay attention and to see if they'll be on their best behavior and if they actually changed or not. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. I'm looking to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As of right now, I have 2,970 subscribers. 30 more subscribers left to go. Come on, y'all. Get me to that 3,000 mark. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell. And set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.